Way back in the day, back in the radio days, we used to do a bit the week before Halloween called Don't Be That House. Some of you may remember it, some of you may not. It was kind of a tongue-in-cheek look at Halloween and some of the things people would give away as treats on Halloween. And we always had a lot of fun with it. We always had a lot of discussion about what's the good candy, what's the bad candy. We also got a lot of complaints from people who were that house, who would be upset with us because how dare you criticize what we give away. Well, I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm just saying do better. And it was fun. I mean, and it always really kind of turned into a top five. These are our favorite candies. These are what we like. And it was enjoyable and it was fun. You know how Halloween goes with that kind of stuff. I mean, you got the ubiquitous candy corn. Candy corn is... I don't even know how to describe it. It's generally considered one of the worst things you can give away. And I don't particularly care for it, but I'm also addicted to it. It's like Lay's potato chips. You can't just eat one. You can't. You can't stop eating it once somebody puts it out in front of you, and especially if it's that harvest mix with the little pumpkins in it. Ugh. Just put me out to pasture at that point and watch my blood sugar go through the roof on that one. Ben asked the other night, what's your least favorite candies? And so we had a little round table with the three of us, Cammie, Ben, and I, about that. And black licorice came into that, and some other things. But for me, the most horrifying candy has always been, and always will be, these accursed things, circus peanuts. I don't know what's wrong with my mouth today, but this abomination against humanity continues to exist, and I have no idea why. Although I did see an article yesterday, I guess, with folks who are using these as packing peanuts now in their packaging. And I thought to myself, if anybody sends me a package filled with circus peanuts as the packing material, I will immediately, completely and utterly unfriend that person forever because you suck. I hate you. It was a lot of fun to do those back in the days. And it was always kind of funny, I think, in a way. Halloween is something that I've never really been a fan of. I wasn't. For many years, I hated Halloween. I would go out when I was in my second bachelorhood. I would go out and spend, I don't know, $100 on candy. And I didn't buy the cheap stuff. I bought the full-size Snickers bars and stuff like that. And then one year I got 0 trick-or-treaters. I think one year I got the kids that lived below me came up, and I ended up giving them the entire bag because they were the only ones that showed up. I got to the point where I hated it. And then Ben came along, and Ben has kind of restored my faith in Halloween, I guess. I like to be here in the neighborhood on Halloween. I like to just sit out on the porch. I get my iPad out there. I got some Halloween tunes playing, and I just got a big old bag of candy, and I just enjoy it. A lot of fun. And then COVID-19 came along, and now I don't know what we're supposed to do anymore. I just don't know. I was watching the news this morning because that's what I do. And the local station that I watch has a health newsbabe whose job it is to explain to us health things and lifestyle things. And usually she's not bad. But today she was talking about Halloween candy and what we should give away. And, of course, she is against giving away the good stuff, the Snickers, the M&Ms, the Milky Ways. Oddly enough, she did not mention my favorite candy bar, which is the Three Musketeers bar. I really like the Three Musketeers bar. Should probably tell you why. The history of the Three Musketeers bar is actually quite interesting. Do you know why they call it the Three Musketeers? Because it originally came in there were 3 little bars inside it, 3 of the fun-size bars. And they were chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. Neapolitan. This is back when it first invented. And the Three Musketeers bar is actually designed to taste like a shake, a milkshake. And in those days, chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla were the flavors, and that's why they did it. And then they discovered, I guess, during World War II that people don't really care for strawberry or vanilla that much, and they just stuck to chocolate, and that's where they've ever been since. And of course, it was the counter to Nestle. To me, it's a good bar. I enjoy it. It's not my favorite candy, but it probably is my favorite candy bar, although I have lots of them, as you can tell, because you don't get to be my size without liking a lot of candy. Anyway, she was telling us what to give out and what not to give out. And of course, none of the best candies made her list. She was suggesting that you be that house and you give away crap. But then she brought up something that I'd seen before. I've seen this a bit, and I was a little, I was appalled by it. She brought up the candy chute. How do you give away candy this year in Halloween with the COVID-19? And so what she suggested is you take a wrapping paper tube, decorate it nicely, or some kind of PVC piping or something, and you stand 6 feet away from the trick-or-treaters, take the candy, put it in the tube, it slides down the tube into their bags. See, this is how you can safely give away candy. And I thought to myself, we have lost our freaking minds. We have literally gone in this era of COVID from 15 days to flatten the curve to now we're being told at Halloween that we basically have to slide candy down a chutes and ladders to people who are going trick-or-treating, if anybody even goes trick-or-treating. We're having a big debate in the neighborhood about, is anybody even going to go? The school has a trunk or treat tomorrow night or the night after. I don't know when it is, but now we're like, I don't even know if people are going to go or not. So we haven't actually bought any candy because we just don't know what's going to happen. And this babe comes out and says, hey, get your candy chute ready so that you can slide candy down. Well, first off, why would you do it that way? If I'm going to do that, if I'm going to go to all that trouble, I'm going to turn this thing into an air gun and I'm going to shoot the candy at them and let them catch it out in the street. But second off, like everything with COVID, we're not thinking again, are we? So follow me here. I'm going to take the candy that I bought at the local wherever. I'm going to take the candy out of the bag, put it in a big bowl or a big sack or whatever. Then I'm going to take that tube, which I'm going to decorate. And as the little trick-or-treaters come up to my house, and I do have a porch, so they'll be below me, I'm going to stick the tube out. They're going to put it in their hand. They're going to grab the end of the tube, put it in their bag. I'm going to slide the candy down the tube that I take out of the sack or the bowl. It's going to go into their sack, which then they're going to say, thank you, trick or treat, thank you, and meander on to the next house that's available, right? This is the way this works. Then they're going to go home, reach into the bag, take the candy out, unwrap it, and proceed to enjoy it. This is what's going to happen, folks. So the candy chute did what exactly as far as the transfer of the candy goes, presuming that I might have COVID or have been exposed to COVID or have COVID on my hands. Unless I'm supposed to gel every time I grab a piece of candy. She didn't say that. And how many people are going to do that? I guess I could wear plastic gloves, but again, every time I touch it, then I'm going to put it... We're doing everything wrong again. And now we've come to Halloween where we're going to continue to pretend that we actually care about this and do it all wrong again, all while patting ourselves on the back because, look, I've got a candy chute. Look, I care about your health. I care about you. It's just freaking stupid. I mean, literally, what's the difference between that and me just literally throwing candy at people? I mean, I'm a terrible basketball player, so I'm not likely to hit the bag, but I'm pretty sure I could hit the kid. Maybe that's the way we should do it. In this era of COVID, we continue to do everything wrong if COVID really is what we're being told it is. If it's not, then none of this really matters. And if it is, if this is really the smartest virus in the world that can count people at tables and knows whether or not candy has been shot down a chute or not, then we're still doing everything wrong. On the other hand, it could be an opportunity for me to buy a bunch of candy again, have nobody show up at my house, and then just enjoy it myself, huh? Probably be bad for my blood sugar, but it'll be back to being normal Halloween for me. In the meantime, don't be that house. Promise me that, okay?